ka na.
Hello everyone, so I am here now at my condominium unit in Cubao, and I would like to do a quick demo of the Internet of Things and the AI application that is developed for my condominium unit.
What is Digital Week?
The Digital Week 2019 is an ADB annual event.
Hello everyone, so I am here now at my condominium unit in Cubao, and I would like to do a quick demo of the Internet of Things and the AI application that is developed for my condominium unit. Okay, Alexa, turn on lights.
Okay.
Alexa, what is data science?
According to Wikipedia, data science is an interdisciplinary field that uses scientific
Alexa,
methods, process.
stop. Alexa, turn off lights.
Okay.
Alexa, ask PH Data Science who is Vincent Torre Bongolan.
Vincent Torre Bongolan is a data scientist and AI enthusiast from the Philippines. He is a data scientist by profession with more than 18 years of experience in technology and analytics. Half of his careers was spent in analytics. He is currently working in the La Salle College in St. Camilda, DLSCSB, specifically in the School of Management and Information Technology, SMIT, as a senior professor where he is teaching statistics and analytics subject courses such as descriptive statistics, predictive analytics, prescriptive analytics, social media analytics, fundamentals of big data and other related technology and analytics subject course. He also developed a short program course for the School of Professional and Continuing Education or SPACE.
Hello everyone, this is Professor Vincent Torre Bongolan, and in this video I will be going to discuss the statistical methods and procedure in determining if there are significant difference between the means of the two groups of individuals or samples. Alright, and also I will be going to discuss what is the difference between a t-test and a z-test, when to use t-test and when to use z-test. Alright, so this is our working example, the Net Promoter Score or the NPS. This is one of the most important key metrics in a BPO company that is used to gauge and to measure the customer's experience with the product or service provided by them by the customer service representatives. This is a measure of how a customer service representative was able to provide necessary help and assistance to the customers. Customer representative must ensure that they were able to address the concern of the customers. In return of a good service, it yielded to a high customer satisfaction. A high score will eventually increase the Net Promoter Score. Alright? So this is an important of receiving a good feedback. Good feedback such as this will reflect the performance of the customer service representative that will also transfer to the performance of the business. Okay, this is where the score in NPS came from. All right. So an NPS is simply identifying the detractors, the passives or the neutrals, and the promoters given by the customers to the customer service representative. Alright, So if the customer will give the ambassador or the customer service representative a score of 1 to 6, that means the conversation between the two is not resulting to, good feedback. All right. But if the customer service has decided to give the customer service representatives a score of 9 to 10, that means to say the customer service representative was able to give the appropriate service to the customers. All right. So this is a problem statement. A company noticed that the Net Promoter Score is high when the tickets were resolved in 3 days or less. But when the tickets were resolved in more than 3 days, okay, for example, the tickets was resolved in 4 days or more, NPS is very low. Thus, a study was conducted to determine and prove that the number of days in resolving tickets is driving the Net Promoter Score. The analysts decided to conduct a study to prove that the hypothesis that the NPS when tickets was resolved in less than 3 days and more than 3 days has a statistically significant difference. The analysts were trying to find out the impact of resolving tickets, which makes the average NPS differ from the other. Alright, so for example, this is one of the key metrics that drives the score in NPS. Okay, the average handle time. So as much as possible, provide the customer a solution as immediate and as quickly as possible. Make TTR or the time to resolve as short as possible. Alright, so this is the statistical approach or method. To answer the problem, there are considerations that we need to look into. We need to consider the following requirements. First, the independence of the two groups being compared must establish. Meaning to say, is the two groups of variables or samples are independent of one another. Second, data are following normal distribution, or data should come from normal distribution. And the third requirement is, of course, the total number of samples. Both statistical methods, the t-test and the z-test, are used to examine the means are taken from the two groups of variables. Are they showing statistically significant difference? Alright, so when to use t-test? T-test is used when the number of sample is less than 30. T-test is used when the population standard deviation is not known. The third is that the shape of a t-distribution in t-test is affected by the degree of freedom. On the other hand, z-test is that when the sample is more than 30. That's the general rule. Less than 30 and more than 30. So if your sample is more than 30, then you need to use the z-test. Why? Because the population variance is known. Alright, so this is an illustrative example. Alright, so this is the problem that we had. Okay, so there are two groups of variables or samples. First is the Net Promoter Score when the tickets are resolved in less than or equal to 3 days. And in group 2, when the tickets is resolved in more than 3 days, what will be the NPS? Okay, so in this case, the N for group 1 is 17 and for group 2 is 15. The average in group 1 is 57 and for group 2 is 53. The standard deviation for group 1 is 1.6 and the standard deviation for group 2 is 1.8. Alright, so this is the steps in hypothesis testing. Step 1. State the null and the alternative hypothesis. Alright, so in the null hypothesis, the average NPS when tickets was resolved in less than or 3 days compared to the NPS of the tickets when it was resolved in more than 3 days is the same. Alright, so in other words, there's no difference between the two groups. The average are still the same. Whereas in the alternative hypothesis, it is not the same. So meaning to say, group 1 is different from group 2. Alright, so to put it in a statistical context, okay, so this would be the statistical context or how to write the null hypothesis in a statistical context. Okay, so the difference between the mean of group 1 and group 2 is equal to 0. Wherein, in the alternative hypothesis, the difference between the mean in group 1 and group 2 is not equal to 0. Alright, so this is the first step. You have to state the null and the alternative hypothesis. Step 2 is deciding the level of significance. And the level of significance symbol is through the use of alpha. Okay, so this is the symbol of level of significance, alpha. So in this case, we're going to use 0.05. And step 3, of course, is the test statistics. Okay, so this is one of the first guideline. When to use t-test and when to use z-test. Okay, so go back to our data that we have. So N1 is 17 and N2 is 15. So it was less than 30. Therefore, since N is less than 30, we will be going to use t-test. And this is the formula in computing the test statistics or the correct or appropriate test statistics. So, let's compute first the degree of freedom. Okay, so the formula for the degree of freedom is this one. Okay, on the right side, and the t-test is on the left side. Alright, so first is let's calculate the degree of freedom. Okay, so by substitution, we have 28.29. So we need to round up the degree of freedom. So to make it a whole number, so just make sure 28 is the degree of freedom. Alright, so it was just a mere substitution, guys. No, so okay, next is go to the t-distribution table. So as you can see, if you look at the two-tailed at the bottom, third rows from the top and go to the alpha of 0.05, and then on the left side go to the 28 as the degree of freedom. So the value is 2.048. So if we draw the bell curve, meaning to say the rejection region is between the positive and negative 2.048. So meaning to say we need to reject
the null hypothesis if the computed t statistics is, greater than this value. Computing the test statistics. So the test statistics that we computed is 6.61. Now, so the decision rule is, if the t-value computed is greater than the tabular value, we have to reject the null hypothesis, otherwise accept it. Alright? So based on this visualization, as you can see, 6.61 is greater than 2.048. Therefore, we can or we must reject the null hypothesis. And the conclusion is that the average NPS when the tickets was resolved in less than or equal 3 days compared with the NPS of the tickets when it was resolved in more than 3 days is not the same. Alright, so it's not the same. Alright, so to learn more about some of the statistical tutorials, all you need to do is please subscribe, share this YouTube channel, and if you have question, feel free to comment on the comment section, and I will do my best to answer all your queries and suggestion. Okay, so thank you very much and have a great day. Alright, so I actually written this course for you guys. If you want to become a data analyst, you can enroll to this course, Business Analytics Fundamentals. Alright, so as you can see, this course that I wrote contains 33 lessons and 3 hours of video content. Okay, so there are 33 lessons, and how many chapters I have now? So it has more than 14 chapters. Okay, so what is good here is that I will be going to offer a lifetime access for the first 30 enrollees. Okay, again, I will be going a lifetime access for the first 30 enrollees. Okay, and in addition to this, every time I modify, every time I added some lectures and lessons or chapters, you don't need to pay extra money. Okay, if you are enrolled as one of the first 30 students. Okay, so all you need to do is just click get this comprehensive course now, and so on and so forth. So this is me, guys. So okay, so I guess that's all. Thank you very much and have a great day.